Good morning, Rotarians.
All right. Well, in 2006, well before the club officially got opened up and started, we give credit to Frank Ridley of the Noon Club. Frank really made this happen, and I helped him, and we spent the better part of a year finding members, and we got it ready to go in the fall of 2007. Would buy our breakfast at the restaurant next door, walk across the parking lot into the meeting room. We just had conversation amongst us. We didn't have speakers. It was just a formative year, a lot of fun, and got to know each other real well. In 2015, after I had just retired from working up in New York, I came back to Fernandina and found that the club was in need of someone to become the club president the very coming year, 16 and 17. So all of a sudden, there I was, back in the role of being the club president, and it was a great year. We focused on keeping good projects moving forward that had already been started, and we focused a lot on just making sure meetings were fun, and we did a lot of things to make those meetings fun. We had Santa visit us for Christmas. We had an education video on snail habits that was most informative for the club members. It was my way that was my social life. I thoroughly enjoyed my Rotarians, particularly working on projects, and I stay active in it because I see the good that it does.
Hello, Amelia Rotary Sunrise Club. Congratulations on 15 years of wonderful service to the community. The thing I remember that I loved the most was the engagement, the coming together of members who cared about that small community and put their expertise, their talent, their time to work. And the results were astounding. We raised so much money for so many worthy charities. I appreciated everyone's work, and I hope that it continues in the coming years. Good luck, continue on, and again, congratulations.
I remember my year as president of this club as a year of fun. Lots of Rotarians busy with lots of projects, like the largest wine tasting ever, or the formation of a satellite club, and a community food pack that delivered over 50,000 meals. Looking back, I think it may have been a year of transition from the hardworking group that formed the club to the second generation that came in, accepted the traditions, and kept moving the club forward.
As a member of Amelia Island Sunrise, we are so grateful for the kindness that this Rotary Club has extended to the Barnabas Center. This is just an example of the canned food drive that the Rotary Club just completed. We started this initiative last year, and this year we're even more successful. Again, this Rotary Club has made all the difference to our organization. And it's not just canned food drives, it's volunteers. It's volunteers that show up religiously, consistently, and with kindness. We are so blessed to have this group that really helps us complete our mission.
15 years ago, you could buy the first iPhone. 15 years ago, Twitter and Facebook went worldwide. 15 years ago, Rotary Amelia Island was formed. And I'm proud to know and tell you that I'm a charter member. I was president on the 10-year anniversary. I remember my year as being just an incredible, fun year. I look for another 15 years of this, of being associated with Rotary. And I'd like to leave you with one thing. The day is National Clean Out Your Refrigerator Day. Enjoy.
During my presidency, I think I was most proud of our club and its commitment to doing good in the neighborhood. We took the recipients of our morning money and gave it more purpose, because the morning money was then distributed on a quarterly basis, which coincided with our community project. So we got to know the nonprofits, and the nonprofits got to know us even better. A few years ago, our signature fundraising event was a wine tasting program held at the historic Amelia Island Museum of History downtown. It got big, we outgrew the space, and so the 4th annual wine tasting event took place at an airport hangar where we totally revamped the place. There was a balloon arch, there was music, we even had live music provided by Crescendo Amelia for the first time. So that brought in more community participants, more fundraisers, but most important, it brought in more members of the community, and it brought our club together even closer.
My Rotary year started in chaos. As we were preparing for the initiation ceremony, I was approached by both my treasurer and my secretary to tell me that they could no longer fulfill the positions that they had chosen for the club. Now, the treasurer at the time moved to DeLand, but my secretary, Brian Flick, decided to move to New Jersey. And why would anybody do that? I have no idea, but that's where he went. I would say that we progressed to our first significant fundraising event, which was named the Amelia Challenge. The Amelia Challenge was, according to our chairman, which was Helmut Ulbrich, a sportage event. I have no idea where he got that term, but in true German fashion, we designated it as a sportage event. It involved not only athletics, but academics and also trivia. We selected teams from various nonprofits. It was held at the Atlantic Rec Center parking lot, and we progressed from there to various points around Fernandina for biking and the trivia questions, and the awards were given at the end of the day, and the 3 nonprofits walked away with earnings and contributions to their nonprofit.
Coming out of several years of challenge with COVID and hybrid meetings, back and forth, members wanting to be there, sickness happening, this not happening. One of the things, our big challenge ahead of us during that president's year was getting engagement back to a place where we all felt comfortable to be around each other. We were all excited to be around each other. That transitional period of time was difficult, but we had a board and a membership willing to kind of push the boundaries a little bit. Let's go harder and see what we can do. Let's explore some new opportunities by way of community service events that we've never done before, by way of participating in community activities like parades that we've never done before as a club in the 15 years of this club. So I think we found some ways to engage our membership differently than we had before, to focus on people enjoying what Rotary is and sharing that, because I believe wholeheartedly that a club member that's enjoying their experience with the club will be happy to share that with their neighbors, their friends, and therefore sharing what Rotary is all about in our minds.
My year began with the district performing a survey of all the Rotary clubs. And based on our members, we had some challenges to overcome. So my goal for my year was to have more fun. First time that we achieved the 100% Paul Harris Club Award was during that year, which was a great accomplishment. We also began the 50-50 raffle during that year, and I didn't win any of them, obviously. We also had a very successful wine event, which enabled us to get the Rotary International Significant Achievement Award for that year. The money from the wine event went to Arts Alive and really made a big impression on the community and the children. So I think that is what I would like to remember from my year is we did have fun. We had a lot of participation from our members during that year.
Obviously, what stands out most about my year is the pandemic. It gave us opportunities that we didn't see coming. We had a virtual wine event where we raised funds for Four from Home, and we had our first annual drive-through lobster event. We were challenged throughout the year in service events. Rotarians like to get out and do projects, especially our group, and it was quite the challenge because we were restricted in being able to do the things that we would normally do.
Hi, I'm Deb Cottle, and I'm the Rotary Club of Amelia Island Sunrise's second president, year 2008. And I am so excited to celebrate our 15th year anniversary of this new club, which isn't new anymore. Since I was the second president, we still had to set up a lot of committees, nonprofit work, what kind of organizations we wanted to support. It was exciting. We chose the Boys and Girls Club of Fernandina Beach to support. There were about 40, 50 kids that would gather in this small little house in downtown Fernandina in a government subsidized area, and they needed things to do, so we would help them, we would mentor them. We did an award ceremony every quarter where we gave all the kids a certificate for good works in school. We gave them a pizza party, an ice cream party, and we just treated them special. Then we started doing Christmas parties that were held at our Fernandina Beach Golf Club. And we had like maybe 60 kids running around, and each of them got a special present, things that they had asked for specifically. And again, we treated them special and with honor and dignity, and they had so much fun. So that was another thing that we did that I thought was very special in that year. The other nonprofit that we started to support in that year was Micah's Place, Nassau County's domestic violence shelter. And we did a cleanup, probably about once a quarter. A group of us would go and we would clean up the grounds, outside of the shelter, plant flowers, clean, paint, whatever needed to be done. And that was a really fun bonding experience, I think, for our club. I learned how to plant flowers. I hadn't really done that before, so that was pretty cool. It was a wonderful year, and I'm so proud of our club and what we've accomplished and what the club is continuing to accomplish in the years. 15 years. So awesome. Thank you.
We didn't always recognize the Rotarian of the Year until Barbie Coyne. Not a fan of morning meetings, she would come armed with her Diet Coke, infectious smile, and her notorious happy dollar stories. Her most famous story, the $5 she would give when Brian was coming back into town, followed by the next Friday of the $10 that he was going back out. And to meet her, you thought you were meeting a real-life Barbie doll. She loved clothes and shoes and purses and shopping, and led you to believe she had the perfect life. And with Brian and her children, her grandchildren, and us, she did. And yet, like so many others, God has us walk a dark path so that we can be a light for others. That's why the Rotarian of the Year Award is named after Barbie Coyne, so that her light shines through the service of others.
"5 years ago, plus, had to be greater than that, the Amelia Island Sunrise Club wanted to start a satellite club. There was kind of chatter about it going around, and we decided, well, let's start one. So Stan showed us a video of two Snells What we ended up doing was we started a satellite club out in Yulee, just a few of us, but with great support from the Amelia Island Club coming out to almost every single meeting through the first year. So that was probably one of the hardest parts, was just getting the initial part taken off, but I'd say the hardest part was just not giving up in the middle, because it wasn't easy. I stayed on as president of the club for 2 years, and just to make sure that we would not fail, and I figured the only way to fail at this is to quit. So we never gave up in the middle of it.
So my presidency ended up being completely different and unconventional for the mere fact that COVID hit during my presidency. March 17th, when COVID hit full blown, we realized that we could no longer meet in person as a club. And it was very scary. It was very concerning for me because I had to find a way to keep our club members engaged. And I really worried quite a bit about that. We were able to put a video link for a Zoom meeting call together, and everyone was able to jump on a Zoom meeting immediately, and we never missed a single meeting. And the thing that I think I was the most proudest was that our members stayed engaged with club activities and with one another because they never missed seeing each other every Friday morning through those video calls.
For the last 15 years, we've had successes and we've had challenges. And now as we look forward to our next 15 years, we have a great foundation to build on. We have a great service platform that we've built throughout the community. And now we have an opportunity, as we continue to improve our fundraising, to be even more impactful in the world. 15 years to follow up on the past 15 years. The future looks bright. There are challenges. Who knows what's there? But I'm not worried.
Woo-hoo!